Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal. I have been listening to Karlyn Borysenko's excellent live stream, The Cult number 65, Inside the Socialism Conference Abortion and Trans Rights Session. And toward the end, there was a question about there being a disconnect between abortion providers, I will use their term, and abortion rights activists. And I think the woman who was answering the question probably doesn't have a clue. The people who are in the abortion clinics day in and day out, especially the doctors and the people who work in the POC room, products of conception, they are confronting on a daily basis that this is not a blob of tissue. This is not a morally insignificant act that they're committing. And they feel a lot of moral revulsion for what they do. So they've got this kind of dichotomy within themselves. On the one hand, they want the ordinary activist in the street to stop with the trivialization of abortion, because they are taking on this horrendous moral burden. Leroy Carhart described, when he's doing a D&E abortion and he's reaching in and he's twisting out an arm or a leg and he's seeing the heartbeat on the ultrasound. That can't be something that, if you trivialize that, you are a total 100% psychopath. And I do not think most abortion practitioners are total 100% psychopaths who get off on dismembering children. So they feel very misunderstood and underappreciated because they understand that the average activist out attending a march, attending a rally, donating to a pro-choice cause, they feel very alienated because they know those people don't understand the reality of what they're living every day. But then the speaker says that they need more spaces where they can have providers and activists together in the same space. And paradoxically, the providers do not want the activists in their space because of what they will hear. They do not want the average pro-choice person who's attending a rally, the average person who's heading a small abortion fundraiser. They don't want that person to hear the jokes about eyeballs falling on your lap. They don't want people to hear things like very illuminating argument between Warren Hearn and Mildred Hansen about the best way to deal with the fetal head and whether you should crush it first and watch the brains ooze out through the cervix so that you know you've grabbed the head and not some maternal structure, or whether you should suction the brains out first so you're not increasing the risk of disseminated intravascular coagulopathy if there's a small tear in the uterus because of these skull bones, and the brain tissue gets into the maternal circulation, and that is the most likely tissue to cause this clotting disorder. They don't want to hear about pulling bowel. They don't want people to hear any of this. So on the one hand, the people who are hands-on in those abortion clinics feel unappreciated because the rhetoric doesn't match their experience. On the other hand, they also understand that their experience would repel most people from supporting abortion. So, that's some catch-22. But that's the real reason why there's this disconnect between abortion practitioners and activists. They live in different worlds because they have to.